All right, Shalom. This is Jaquab with the GMS Dallas camp, and I have here Shaquat.
Shalom, shalom.
All right, first off, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and salutations to the Akim scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, keeping his word in truth and sincerity. Now, man, we're just going to go into a different topic, you know what I'm saying, going into reincarnation, and we're going to make a few videos on this topic. But first, we're just going to go into a quick pretty much a quick run on it. You know what I'm saying? Just and then later on these later videos, we gonna touch and make points on these different things that we go over. All right, so I'm gonna start off with can you get Ecclesiastes first chapter? I mean, really, you could start from the top. Well, actually, start at verse 4.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 4. First passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he arose. The wind goeth toward the south, and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to his circuits. All the rivers run into the sea. Yeah, the sea is not full, until the place from whence the rivers come, thither they return again.
Right, so it's giving you an example of things that the average normal things that happen throughout the earth. You know what I'm saying? Generation passed, and then another generation comes after it. The sun arises and the sun goes down, and it goes back to where it came, and it does it all over again. The same with the wind. You know what I'm saying? And the sea. The rivers and everything. They all do their thing, and they all come back and do it all over again. All right, go ahead.
Verse 8, it says, all things are full of labor. Man cannot utter. Eye is not satisfied, but the ear filled with hearing. Verse 9, the thing that has been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
God, the thing that had been is that which shall be, man. And the same, and everything that's on the earth, man, applies to these things, as well as man. It's the spirit of man dwells in these bodies, these carnal bodies. The body dies and the spirit goes back to the Most High, and that spirit comes back down and reincarnated into a new body, man. That's what the word reincarnation means. Meaning to do again. Incarnation meaning in the flesh, to do again in the flesh. And these things, or this and this is shown throughout the Bible, man. Shown throughout the scriptures, man. We're gonna prove it. All right. Cause like the brother said, there is no new thing under the sun, man. That which shall be is that which was done is which shall be done. Go ahead. Well, actually, hold on. Before you keep reading, can you give me Ecclesiastes the 6th chapter, just to prove that point where it says the thing that had been is that which shall be. All right. Get start at verse 10.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 10. That which has been is named already, and it is known that is man.
There you go. That thing, that which had been is named already, and is known that it is man. So if you go back in Ecclesiastes, the 1st chapter, You know what I'm saying? Where the brother read the thing that had been is that we shall be, man. That's talking about man. You know, that spirit that was back in the day is going. Lives throughout that lifetime, dies, goes back. The spirit goes back to the Most High, comes back on the earth into a new body. All right. Now go ahead, go back to Ecclesiastes, the first chapter.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 11. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of to come with those that shall come after.
And that's the reason why people don't really remember anything that they did in their past lives, man, because there's no remembrance of former things. They're not going to remember those things that they did in the ancient world. You know, they're in these carnal bodies, so they're not allowed to, do those kinds of measures. You know, you might have an instance where what Esau calls deja vu, where they remember something that they feel like they've been through that or been somewhere before, you know, or remembering memories that they've never really experienced in that lifetime, but it might be a memory that they've lived in another life, you know. And these are things that Esau's done research on and has real scientific evidence, as Esau likes to call it. So these things aren't new, you know. This isn't nothing that's been found out. That's just been found out. It's something that Esau's been looking into, and you can even look into yourself. You know, these are things that are feasible, and according to the scriptures, these things happen every generation, man. That old spirit comes back into a new body. All right. Let's see. I believe that's it on that. Can you get me Hebrews the 9th chapter? Start at verse 27.
Chapter 9, verse 27 or 7?
Chapter 9, verse 27.
Hebrews chapter 9, verse 27. It is appointed unto life, and as it is appointed once to die, but after this, the judgment.
All right, and what's that talking about? It means, look, a man might die in his lifetime, but after that, he might be reincarnated in another body and receive that judgment. How do we know that? Give me Exodus the 20th chapter real quick. 20 verse 5.
Chapter 20, verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for thy power and the jealous power is the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Right, so if you go back and read that in Hebrews the 9th chapter, that's talking about you might live your life, fulfill your life, and never receive that judgment, but you might come back in that third or fourth generation and receive that judgment, man, for being wicked. Now, that's not talking about in that verse or that chapter that brother just read in Exodus. It's not talking about your actual son, you know, because if you go to let's see, I believe it's in Ezekiel, all right, the 18th chapter. I got it pulled up right here. It says, "The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him." Meaning what? Look, if you have a child, that child that you just bore or bear or that you gave birth to, it's not gonna bear your iniquities, your actual son, because that's a different spirit. That's why it says that neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. So when you go to Exodus, back to Exodus 20th chapter, it's not talking about your actual son, because it's talking about in that third and fourth generation when you were reincarnated back into a different body. You know, so it's not talking about your actual son, but it's talking about you in that reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? I
Yep, that's right.
Okay, I believe that's it on Hebrews chapter 9. All right, so we're going okay, I'm gonna save Revelations. All right, go to Romans chapter 6:23 real quick, just to show that, when you go off or you being wicked, you know, the punishment is death. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High's judgment, that's the Most High's judgment. You know?
This is Romans chapter 6, verse 23. But the wages of sin is death, but the gift of the Most High is eternal through Yahweh Shah Mashiach, our power.
Right. Hey, the wages of sin is death, man. So the Most High could take you out any way He wants, man, and make you receive that judgment. Or He can keep you alive and have you all kinds of fucked up. You might get into an accident, lose a limb or an eye, or become paralyzed or something, man. That's that judgment, man. That's you receiving that judgment from the Most High. Or like for example, we're gonna bring give me John chapter 9 real quick. Or you can go through your whole life in that first life and not receive that judgment, but then the Most High might bring you back in the reincarnation, and once you're born again in a new body, He might have you with all kinds of defects. You know what I'm saying?
Because, hey, if I can say this, that's what Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11 talks about. Because of the judgment, or because of the judgment of sin isn't executed expediently. People are set to do evil. Rough got it pulled up.
Yeah, I got it right here. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of man is fully set in them to do evil.
That's right, man. Because see, time, it's not an actual thing to the Most High. Time, time is something that we deal with here on earth. You see, the scriptures call the Most High the Ancient of Days. I believe in Daniel, right? Daniel, the 9th chapter.
Con.
Yeah. Talks about going to be in the Ancient of Days, man. First ever. Yes, man. So we can't talk. He invented time. So these people think that they getting away with their sin, man. They're fools, man. They say exactly what Psalm chapter 14 and 1 goes into about, the fools said there is no God.
Con. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You got that in John?
You said John chapter 9 verse.
Start at verse 1.
It's John chapter 9 verse 1. And as Yahushua passed by, which was blind from his birth, and his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?
Yeah, so they're asking him, look, they asked Yahushua, like, who did sin? What happened to this man, or what did this man do, to be born this way? Was it his parents? Or was it this man or his parents that he was born blind? Go ahead.
Verse 3. I'm trying to answer it. Neither this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of the Most High should be made manifest
Right, so that the works of the Most High should be manifest in him, man. So, this man could have done something wicked in his past life, and just now received that judgment. He could have been born. He was born blind for a reason, man. He could have done something back in that first generation. Then he came back in that third or fourth and received that judgment. That's why in Job, I forget where it's in Job. You know what I'm talking about, Shaquat, where it says that no one is born being innocent.
Oh yeah, I got you. Job chapter 1.
Okay, come. Oh, you okay? My bad. I'll get it for you. You
I
said.
thought you had it pulled up. I was looking at the screen as I was saying it, but no, I got it right here. I got it. This is Job chapter 4, verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perishes or wherever the righteous cut off.
Right. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, Khan, that's right. Whoever perished being innocent, man. Because who's ever gone through a judgment for no reason, right? There's a reason why people receive those judgments, man, for being wicked. But there's another one. There's another one that says that there's a. Here, let me see if I can find it real quick.
These people, man, there's nobody out here who's without sin, okay? Everybody out here does something worth being put back in the spirit world for, okay? Because what did Yahushua say to one of his disciples? Who was that who said, why did he said to the answer to him, why callest me good? And I think that was one of those stragglers of miracles. He said, he called Yahushua good, and Yahushua said, well, why callest me good? There's nothing good but the Father.
Right. And I'm still trying to find that one scripture. Or, I mean, that might be it. I'm probably thinking of something else then.
One of them.
I think that's it. I think. Slaki, what'd you say?
Now I was saying going into that because Joe was, complaining about the hell he was going through. That was the response that they gave him. Whoever perished being innocent. You know what I'm saying? Whoever has been punished, through anything, through a trial or tribulation, through injury, because they was innocent. That's because nobody's been punished who was innocent. Because if you was innocent, you wouldn't be on this you wouldn't be on this plane that we're on. You would be in the spirit world. You wouldn't be here to serve the judgment.
Right. Because, remember in Ezekiel 14:21, where, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. And that goes back to Exodus 20th chapter. And this is going into Esau's judgment. These Edomites. For all the iniquity that they've done, they're going to have to pay for that. That's why in Revelations 13 and 9, it talks about he that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. He that leadeth into captivity shall be put in captivity. Esau. These so self-proclaimed white people ain't paid for that yet. They living in lavishly right now, man. They in comfort. There ain't no hurt come to them yet. That's why the brother Shaquat brought that out in Ecclesiastes, talking about that. Because they don't receive any judgment. It is set in their hearts to do evil. That's the reason, man. That's why these black people don't care, man. That's why they so proud. They don't feel like ain't no judgment coming to them. All right, but hey, like it says in Isaiah the 14th chapter, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. So for all the wickedness that they've done against the nation of Israel, man, like the scriptures say, their sins have reached unto heaven. So that's a tab. That's a tab that they built, and they're gonna have to pay. And they're gonna have to pay it pretty soon.
Right. Right.
And at
You
the
can't
same,
even pay it, really.
oh, Salaki, what'd you say, Ike?
I was just gonna say you can't even pay it because that's a ridiculous tab out, man.
Right, Khan. All right. Well, there's some more. There's other scriptures I wanted to go into, but I kind of want to leave it at that, just to give it, just to have the idea, you know, just to give out the pretty much a floor plan of what we're talking about. Because there's other scriptures I want to go into, like Hebrews the 7th chapter, talking about how Yahweh had to pay for his offer up sacrifice for his sins. But at the same time, you got to understand that Yahweh, when he was on the earth in that time, he never sinned. According to the scriptures, he was perfect. He followed the law. So what is that talking about? You know what I'm saying? That's something I want to touch on as well. You know. But for now, Salaki, you want to say something, Mark?
No, I just said
Khan, yeah, but hey, this is gonna be part one. Lord willing, we'll do part two maybe tomorrow and touch on those things. And with that, I'm gonna say Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushai by Shem Rakakwadash. All right, and with that, I'm Shalom.